Yeah. Sheesh. Flex all over you. Drip, I got the juice. Flex, I'm on the move. Drip, I got the juice. Flex, bitch, I'm the boss. Drip, I got the sauce. Flex, fuck what it costs. Checks, I'm the boss. Running my bands up. Watch how I'm doing my dance. Running my bands up.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are getting it popping in 2019. So I have my girl here, Soraya. We are doing just a really timeless look today. So to start off, we're doing some skin prep. I cleaned her skin with Clinique makeup wipe. Then I did some MAC Fix Plus, and now I'm doing the Clinique jelly, moisturizing jelly for her skin. And right, so now we're gonna go in with the black opal foundation sticks. I'm not sure what color this is because I separated them and I palletized them myself, so I forgot what shade name they were. But yeah, these are the black opal foundation sticks. I'm just applying that all over her face with a generic Ulta concealer brush. And yeah, so after I do that, I'm gonna blend it out and blend it out and blend it out, baby. So I'm really excited for this look. It's gonna be so beautiful. I'm so excited. And she's just a beautiful model to work with, isn't she? Like, y'all, she's gorgeous. So now I'm just gonna blend this out with the Real Techniques Instapop foundation brush via Kiki Adams. That girl put me on, baby. I'm telling you, this brush is magical. Like it does magic, okay? Like magic brush bust, okay? That was so stupid, but anyway, yeah, she put me onto this brush. It was amazing. So next we're going to conceal her face. We're going to just use some, I forgot what concealer this was, but I know it's a cream concealer. I only use creams. It probably is one of the sleek cosmetic I cannot talk concealers. So I'm just gonna apply that to her high points of her face, which is under her eyes, her chin, her forehead, and her nose. I typically like to place my product pretty neatly so that it gives me less time blending it out. So I'll place my product there and then I'll have an easier time blending it out. Now we're going to take a sponge, one of the one-use sponges. They are so amazing. I wet them and I'm just blending out the edges here, and we are just preparing me to blend out the rest. So we're just going to blend out the edges, get the excess product off the face so it's easier to blend out. And now we're blending this with a generic NYX NYX blending brush, and we're just blending those edges further. I really love this brush for blending concealer and facial creams products on the face. It just works really, really well, leaves no lines of demarcations, no streaks or nothing. So I like this, y'all. And it gets really, really close under the eye without having to use a beauty blender or having a hard time getting on the other eye, because I know that can be a struggle a little bit too. So now we're just going back and forth between the Instapop brush and the NYX brush to make sure everything's blended out. There's no lines of demarcation. There's no smudging or lifting of the products, and just making sure everything flows correctly. So I know I'm moving a little quick, but moving on into contour. Now, when I contour, I usually never use a cool contour. I'm not sure why. I just like the look of a bronze warm look. So here I'm using, again, the black opal foundation. I'm not sure what color it is, but it's a warm color, a warmer color than her foundation. And we're just going to use that to bronze / contour her face and to bring dimension back into her face. And right now I'm just laying the color down to ensure I know where I want my color to go. Blending that color into the hairline so that there's no lines of demarcation there. And just making sure I place the color exactly where I wanted so nothing begins to look muddy or to blend it together, and everywhere has its own place. So blend, 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 blend. Well, right now we're not really blending. We're just placing the color and still reserving the pigment that I want, but making sure I get all the excess product off so that I don't spread any product around the face where I don't want it when I do blend the rest of the face out. So now I'm going to take another disposable sponge, and I'm just going to go over those places where I placed the bronzer slash contour color, and I'm just going to go over those edges and blend that in and make sure that it's a seamless blend between the contour and the highlight and the foundation. Make sure everything just blends together and looks like one, and ultimately looks like her skin without any lines of demarcation or, you know, anything around the neck, around the ears, around the contour line, whatever. Just make sure everything is well blended into the hairline especially, and the ears and the neck as well. Now I want to speak on the nose contour. I didn't show it that much, but the nose contour, I don't contour the complete nose. I contour the bridge between the eyebrows and the nose, so that little section right there. And the reason I do that, I got that from Auntie Jackie, yes girl. So I got that from her, and what she said was it just accentuates the contour of the brow one, and it just gives you the illusion that your nose is actually contoured without having to contour it. And I really love that effect, and I do it all the time now on all of my clients, on everyone I do it on, and I just really love the look of it. It just adds the effect. It just gives that skin more of an expensive look without having to have those lines down your nose and concealer in the center or whatever. To each his own, and everybody has a preference, but I just really love how that makes the skin look very expensive. So right now I'm just going back to finish pressing in that product under the eyes, because I don't do that beforehand. I don't want any creasing to happen while I'm doing the rest of the skin. So I just do that last to blend the concealer under the eyes. Now we are setting the face lightly with some Beauty Bakery yellow powder, flour powder. And we're just taking a Real Techniques brush. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm just pressing that in under the eyes. And I don't bake. I just don't like it. I don't like the powder sitting on. I don't like the skin to get cakey or risking anything like that. So I make sure I press the powder in and give myself enough time to blend that powder into the skin and actually take the time to press it into the skin and make the powder one with the skin. A lot of skin. Hey. So so right now I'm just setting the face entirely with that little brush, and under the eyes, the highlighted areas, even the bronze and contoured areas, I'm setting with this powder because I'm not using a bunch of powder. I'm just using enough so that it can get the job done, so it can set, make sure nothing creases up or she doesn't get oily throughout the day. Now, when I say that, mind you, when I say that, I'm avoiding the highlighted areas because I want to maintain that dewy effect, not oily. I want to maintain that dewy effect, so I'm going to avoid the highlighted areas where you know, the highest points of the cheekbone where you will originally apply highlighter. I'm going to avoid those areas because I still want to maintain that dewy effect, and when I put on highlighter, it'll just amp that up a bunch. So I'm just blending out the eyelids and setting the eyelids and just continuing setting the face. So here we have the Morphe 8H palette. It's a contour bronzing palette. I'm using the darkest shade and a lighter shade to mix those to use as her bronzing, not contour, because I don't contour. I don't like the look of a cool tone color. I love warm tones. So I'm bronzing her skin up right now with that 8H palette. It is an amazing palette, very pigmented, so go light-handed with it, so you don't make any mistakes. So yeah, I'm just using this Youngblood blush brush, I guess you should say. It's all right, you know, it got the job done. So yeah, just bronze her face, and doing all the around the perimeter face, her cheekbones, below her chin, like in between her, like, I don't know what to call it, you guys. It's her chin, but not her chin. I don't know. And then the nose area that I was telling you guys about. The type of makeup artist that I am, I like my makeup to look lived in. I like it to look timeless, and I like it to look very classy and sophisticated. So I'm not a fan of the carved out cheekbones, the sharp liner, the cut creases, and all of that. I love defined cheekbones, and I love defined eyes. I just don't like the look of a blunt line, if you will. So now we're just doing the nose with a Japanese brush and that more of that contour powder. So now we're just taking a regular brush. I forgot I had this brush for a really long time, but I'm just using that to soften all the edges of the bronzer and soften everything out. And now we're taking a Morphe brush. I know, guys, I don't remember the names of these brushes. I just use them, okay? I know the names of some of them, but I just got this one, so please forgive me. But now we're doing some blush. We're using the really old BH Cosmetics blush palette. I love this palette. It's been there for me since day one, since I started makeup. I love it. I love it. So I just applied that on her cheeks. I know it's a little harsh right now, but as we go on, it'll tone down, and we'll fix it. We'll make it blend, okay? It's just really fresh on the skin, and it has to blend with the oils and everything that's going on with the skin right now. So right now we're doing the brows, my least favorite part of makeup. I'm not sure why I don't like brows, but I mean, I do them and I make them look nice, but it's just my least favorite part of makeup. They're just so tedious, you know? You have to do a lot of work on them. So every appointment I have, I just make sure my clients have their brows groomed, so it makes it just a little bit easier on me. So here we're using the ColourPop brow pencil. I'm not sure what color that is, guys. I'm sorry. And we're just filling the brows in pretty natural, not too much, not too carved out, not too bold. I wanted her to have a light eyebrow because I wanted the eye to be the star of the show, and which it was. So we're just doing a little light brow, and we're going to conceal under them with some foundation, with the foundation color that I use. I don't think it's the exact foundation color. I think it's a little lighter, just a tad bit lighter. And we're just going to carve that out, clean that up, and make it just look not sharp, but just make it look cleaned up, you know, cleaned up for the girls. So we're just doing that. And then once I'm done cleaning up that brow, I'm going to bring the rest of that black opal stick foundation onto the lid to use as, you know, my base for eyeshadow, so that my eyeshadow can be pigmented, it can stick very well, and, you know, we'll have a good look. So now we're just doing the other brow, same as the last one. Same procedure, just cleaning it up and making it look nice. You know the deal. Brows is brows. Brows are not, ooh, my English. Brows are not twins, they are sisters. I know everybody in their mamas be saying that, girl. I'm telling you, everybody in their mamas be saying brows are twins, not sisters. Brows are twins, not sisters. Okay, we get it. But, you know, it's true. So if you spend all your time trying to make your brows look like twins, then you'll kill yourself later. So, yeah. So we're just getting those brows done, you know, doing what we got to do. Getting them done. I just really can't wait till we get to the eyes. Here we go. All right, so the eyes, the star of the show. So right now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. You guys, this is my holy grail. I use this for everything. Literally, I carry a couple lipsticks in this palette. You can make literally any lip with this. Any lip. Anything. So I'm using a color from the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette to use as a base on her lid. Now I picked this color because it's light and it has a pinky tone, and the colors that I'm going to use are kind of in that family. So I'm just laying that on the lid in no specific way. Just no specific way. Not being too sloppy, but not being too neat. Because we're going to blend it out. And this is a Coastal Scents, one of my first brushes, a Coastal Scents brush that I'm using to apply that on the lid. So right now, I'm just going to use some of this Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter to just put a flush of glow on her eyebrow bone. I always do this no matter what it is. I always like to have that pop of color and glow on the eyebrow bone. It just lifts the eyebrow up, it just lifts the eye up, and it just makes it look so much more sophisticated and pretty and, you know, classy, timeless, and beautiful. So now I'm just going to blend this with my finger. I'm going to tap my finger onto the edges of that lipstick that I applied on her eye and just blend it out and just make sure that it's just a nice gradient effect, because I don't want to have to blend a harsh line once I place the powder over the shadow. And I learned this from Samir Kuzami on YouTube and Instagram. He always uses the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette, and he places the lip palette or whatever color he's using on the lid and blends it out with his fingers. And I actually love this technique. It's so good. It's so good. So right now we're going in with the shadow. This is the Morphe 8H palette. I actually really love this palette, and this is also a Morphe brush. So I'm just adding that on the ends of the ends of the eyes, guys. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I can't even talk right now. But just placing that color on the ends and just depositing the color where I want. I'm not blending it out. I'm not going for neatness. I'm not going for a strong blend. I'm just placing the color at the ends of the eyes. And then I'm going to go in after with a bigger brush and blend it out. And this is a pinky color again, and this brush, guys, is the M433 brush. I actually love this brush. It's good for packing. It's also good for blending the crease too. Good for little detail work, not too detailed, but little. So now I'm just going circular motions over the crease a little bit to blend that brow bone color in with the pinkish color. And I'm going to do that on both eyes so that both eyes look the same. So now we're going in with the Juvia's Place palette. We're going to take that. It's a bright orange shade on a Morphe M514. And we're going to just add just a little bit of that in the inner crease. And I like to take my crease color into the beginning of the brow. It just, when the face is fully on, it just adds to the contour of the nose. I don't know how to explain it, but it really just adds to the contour of the nose and just adds that look that I love to it. So I like to bring that color into the brow a little bit. So you see me pushing it up into the brow and just blending it up there. And I just want to see just the little tint of that orange. I don't want the orange to be too pigmented or too bright. I just want the slightest tint of that orange. If you can see it, you can see it a little bit. And that's exactly what I want. It's so beautiful to me. Right now we're going back with the M433 to blend that out and blend that together. Actually, I don't think that's the M433. I think that's the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro brush, which doesn't have a name. I think that's the bigger brush that I'm using to blend that out. And Right now, I'm going to go back with the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Breezy highlighter, and we're going in and adding that back on the brow bone because we lost it a little bit. We just want to add it back and blend it into the pinkish color. You see, I'm doing that with my finger. Fingers are everything, okay? As long as they're clean, period. Don't try me. So right now, we're going in with a generic pencil brush, and we're just going in with that pink shade that we used in the crease, and we're just going to go under the lash line with that, and we're going to line the lower lash line with that. And guys, I want to speak on the brush that I did the blush with. That was a M527, a M527 brush for the blush that I used, guys, if you guys were wondering what brush it was. So now I'm going to take a Morphe, this is the Morphe M506 brush, and I'm going to take more of that orange shade, and I'm just going to blend that pink out just so that it can just be a nice flush and nice blend of orange into pink. You barely can see the orange, but like it's just going to give a beautiful blend to that pink color. So I'm just going to do that under the lash line really lightly and really softly. All right, so now we're taking a shimmer shade, and this is like a glittery shimmer shade in that Morphe, I think it's a 35W, 35. Yeah, I think that's a 35W. I'm not quite sure. Don't take my word. I don't have the palette here with me. So we're just taking that orange shade. It's beautiful. It's really glitterly. It's really glittery, and it's just a beautiful color. It just screams money to me. It just screams money to me. So that's what I'm using on her lid with a BH Cosmetics brush again, and it doesn't have a name or the name brushed off. One of the two, but it's just a flat shader brush. It's human hair. No, it's horse hair. I think one of them animals. And it's really soft and dense, and I love it because it packs on the color really, really well. So my goal for this wasn't for it to look like a cut crease. So I just applied it, and then I took another BH Cosmetics pencil brush, and I went over that inner crease, that line of demarcation, and I blended that out, and I just made sure I added some of that pink into the crease so that it could all blend together as one. And then after that, I went into the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter palette, the Aurora one, and I took one of those, I just mixed a lot of shades together, and I put it on the inner corner, and I took that up into the inner crease a little bit. That's just my little trick to have the appearance of a more open eye. And when I get to the end, I'm going to do it more so you guys can see it more. So now I just took some black eyeliner, some black cream pencil eyeliner. I took a pencil brush with a purple color from that palette, and I just went along that line and smudged it out. And as you can see, I'm bringing it out to the outer corner some, and I'm just like slowly bringing that out so I can just have control of how much pigment I get out there, how much of a lift I give or whatever. And I'm just slowly blending that out so that it can give a smoky effect, but not too smoky or dramatic, just a really clean, classic, sophisticated, smoky look. And I'm going back with the Morphe M433 brush that has the leftover pink on it, and I'm just blending that out. And this black brush is a Japanese brush I got a really, really long time ago, and we're just using, it's nothing, no product on it, and we're just using that to clean the edges up. And I'm going back in with the Morphe brush with the rest of the pink on it to just blend that out to make sure that it's all blended and seamless, so this just looks like a smoky look. And we're going to take some of that black liner and just line the bottom lash line, you know, to complete the smoky look and give it that what am I saying? Smoky. I just said that like 50 times. You get what I'm saying, period. LOL. So here we're taking just a regular Real Techniques brush, and we're taking that purple and we're just smoking that out just a little bit on the black and setting that black so that it's a smooth transition from the black to the pink. So we just put on her lashes. These are some Ardell Wispies, some regular lashes. And then now we're going on to lips. We're using the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette again, of course. We're just going to get her lips together and clean them up and make them look juicy and nice and good, okay? I usually always line the lips with the lipstick instead of a lip liner. Sometimes I'll use a lip liner like with reds and bright colors, dark colors. I'll use a lip liner, but with this, I use the lipstick. And it came out really, really pretty. So on the inner lip, I used a pinky nude, and we just blended that together, kind of like an ombre, but not an ombre. We just blended that together, and I would go back and forth with the brownish color and the pinky color. And here I just took another pencil brush and just blended the edges together. Instead of using my finger, I used that brush because I could get into the creases and crevices more, and it'll just be easier. And I'm just going back and forth between the lip brush and the blending brush just to make sure everything looks good and all the areas on the lip are filled in correctly. There's no off lines or whatever. And now here I'm just adding a Clinique gloss, and I love a glossy lip. If you know me, I love a glossy lip. I always gotta have a glossy lip, but we're just adding just a little bit of gloss to add some sheen on top of it. And here, girl, you have to shower this face. So we just did the lips, and now we're just spraying her face with some Mario Badescu rose water just to make sure all the powder sets into the skin. The skin looks like skin, and everything looks good, and we're just pressing it in with a powder puff. I do this all the time to every client, every person I do. I do this to, and it just makes a world of a difference to do that. And now we are highlighting. We are doing the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And now the way I highlight, I do not highlight the cheeks. I do not do it. I highlight the high points of the face. So if you look in the sun and the sun naturally hits your face, the points that will glow the most are the highest point of your cheekbone, your nose a little bit, your chin, a little bit of your forehead, and I just want to accentuate that natural glow that if you were in the sun, that's where your face will naturally glow. I don't like bringing the highlighter onto the cheek or whatever have you. That's just my preference. So we just added a little bit more blush in there, and now we are doing some mascara. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara, of course. Waterproof is the best. And then now we're using a MAC mascara to do the bottom lash line because it's a really small one, and it gets in there. And I didn't want the bottom lashes to be too flared out anyway. And I think we are coming to an end on this look. So we are done, and I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and stay tuned for another video coming soon. And if you follow me on my Instagram, Politely Gorgeous, and my makeup Instagram, Kartostemakeup, and my Snapchat is Caution13 LOL. I really appreciate you guys. I cannot talk. I really appreciate you guys for watching this. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know who you are. Say, hey, what's up? I'm new to this YouTube thing, so I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the daggone thing, and I'm having fun. See you guys later.